Welcome back to another flashlight review, and we've got something really special today. This is the Vastlite Minima Bow, and it's really the ultimate pocket thrower, and I think it redefines that tiny but mighty saying in the world of flashlights. But this is not an ordinary flashlight. It's the world's smallest laser-excited phosphor, or LEP, flashlight, and it's a relatively new kind of technology that converts a blue laser module output into broad spectrum white light, and it produces a beam range of 750 meters, all from this tiny little body and 16340 cell. You can barely feel this thing in your hand. It fits in your coin pockets, and a few years ago something like this wasn't even conceivable, so just amazed to try this thing out and test it. And I've had a look around, and really the only other competitor out there is the Lumentop Thor Mini, which is still significantly larger and has a reduced beam distance of 700 meters. This thing is basically, as you can see, the size of my thumb, measures 71 millimeters, 20 millimeter bezel, and with the battery weighs just over 40 grams. So let's have a look at what you get in the box. Now, it's pretty Spartan, so this is the box. I could barely almost feel this thing when I picked it up. And you get a instruction manual, real basic sort of instruction manual. Couple of spare O-rings here. Vastlite also include a 16340 cell. Now, this battery is rated at 850 milliamp hours, and it has a USB-C charging port in the back, so you won't need an external charger. The body of the flashlight also comes with a pocket clip attached. It's a deep carry pocket clip. Okay, I thought I'd do a little side-by-side comparison of the Vastlite Minima Bow with a few other flashlights here, and you can see it's even smaller than a lot of AA flashlights, 14500 cell flashlights. These three are from Convoy and Acebeam. You've got a couple of LEP flashlights here. This is one of my smaller LEP flashlights, the W1 from Lumentop, and you can see it's absolutely minuscule compared to the Lumentop even, and it throws further, surprisingly, another 100 meters, I believe, compared to the Lumentop W1, which is surprising given, I mean, look at the size of the bezel. You know, of course, you got that cob ring there, but it looks like the lens in there is actually a little bit larger. And of course, I've got my Nextorch T10L, which has a much larger module in there. But, you know, 750 meters of range is incredible for such a little flashlight. Close-up of the Vastlite Minima Bow, and it's got that ultra compact footprint. You can fit that in your coin pocket. On a keychain, there is a little hole there that you can fit a key ring on, and yeah, it's just unmatched portability in terms of a flashlight, a throwy little flashlight. Feels really premium as well. The machining doesn't have any defects, rough spots, and it's made of aluminium alloy. Stainless steel bezel on the front as well, which is a nice little, you get this deep carry pocket clip like I was mentioning before, stainless steel. And I really like the anodizing on this flashlight. It's evenly applied, feels high quality and smooth to the touch. And you've even got a bit of knurling on the head and the tail here to help with just grip when you're turning the light on and off. And basically you twist to turn the light on and switch different modes, twist and untwist. And the tail also has a glow ring, so you can find it in your bag in the dark. The Vastlite Minima Bow is also rated IP68 for water and dust resistance, submersible to 2 meters, and it's also been drop tested to 1 meter. So the Vastlite Minima Bow is powered by a single 16340 cell. That's a little look underneath the head. There's the driver, and the tail's got a chunky sort of spring there in the end. There's no onboard charging with the Vastlite Minima Bow, so you need to take the battery out, charge it separately with a USB-C charging cable looking down the head of the flashlight, you can see that nice, finely sort of crenulated bezel there. And there's a glass lens. It's recessed beyond the bezel, the stainless steel bezel. And behind the glass lens, there is an aspheric lens. It's difficult to see, but there's a shine-through LEP module down in the base. So it will pass blue laser light through a phosphor and excite that phosphor and produce white light out the front of the flashlight. Also like these cutouts here on the head, so you can add in some tritium vials, some glow tubes. So I'm going to go through the UI, and this is probably the most simple UI I've seen out there. So you basically have to screw the light in completely, and that will then make contact with the battery and the spring. And so you've got that sort of one mode, and then if you unscrew and screw back in, you've got a high mode. So it's like a low and a high. What you can do as well is that you can screw it almost all the way in and then sort of hold it like that, and you can get this, you know, momentary mode almost just by pushing the battery tube and the tail of the light together. Okay, now if you unscrew and screw back in really quick, so 2 times, so 1, 2, you get a strobe mode in there. The Vastlite Minima Bow has memory mode as well, so you just basically turn it on. So that's on the high mode. Let's put it on the low mode like that. Turn off. You need to wait about 3 or so seconds, and when you turn back on, it's going to remember that previous mode. So I ran a couple of ceiling bounce tests with the Vastlite Minima Bow LEP flashlight, and this is on the high mode. You can see you get about 30 seconds of runtime on the high mode before it steps down quite significantly. You can see just after the 1 minute mark, you're under less than 15% output. Now remember, this is a very small flashlight, so it has to step down in order to protect the electronics. Here's another ceiling bounce test on the low mode, and you can see it steps down a lot slower. So you get sort of starting off at 100%, and it slowly starts to go down. I mean, you get about 5 minutes of runtime, maybe from 80 to 100% before it fully steps down, and you can see by the 20 to 25 minute mark, you're on about 50 to 60% output. I also ran a bunch of tests with my Audible Lightmaster Pro. You can see here on the high mode, I measured 787 meters on switch on. Super impressive for such a little flashlight, and the small bezel size as well. CRI ranged from 55 to 61, and the CCT was on the cool end, so 5,800 to 6,500K. So a few considerations I want to talk about if you're thinking about getting the Vastlite Minima Bow. The battery capacity is pretty low, 850 milliamp hours, okay, with that 16340 cell. So you're not going to get too long of a runtime with this thing. I reckon you'll get just over 1 hour as the manual states, but I'll do another test later on and see actually how long it lasts on the high mode. And the cell needs to be charged externally as well. So there's no onboard charging. Luckily, it does have a USB-C charging port on it. So all of this is done to keep this flashlight down to pretty much the smallest size available. And the second consideration is the narrow spill and low output. Okay, so this is really a specialty kind of flashlight. It's not the type of flashlight that you want to use up close. It's not going to be much use up close unless you've maybe got a diffuser or something like that. I know some people put one of those rubber diffusers on the front. You know, those can be useful. Otherwise, yeah, it's really a long range flashlight. It doesn't produce a huge amount of output, but it focuses that 280 lumens down into a very, very small point. And when you're looking at that point from a distance, it really looks like a, you know, a tight hotspot, like a kind of spotlight, I suppose. So yeah, if you need a floody light for up close, you probably want to carry a backup flashlight with you. Would be nice to see Vastlite in the future incorporate some type of zoom feature, or even a diffuser, some type of electronic diffuser, or even a you know, one of those rubber diffusers as well. The third consideration is, you know, this twist to turn on design. Okay, it's not my favorite kind of switch design, but yeah, it does provide that extra space saving capabilities. So you're not gonna have that, you know, extra length for the tail switch or added bulk on the side from a side switch. Okay, but yeah, you just got to be careful because it can result in extra thread wear. But with that said, I do have another one of these twist-on lights and had that for about 15 years or so, still going strong. So as long as you're careful when you're removing and installing the battery, you should be fine. Another alternative as well is checking out the Lumentop Bow, which is a little bit larger, but it does feature an extra tail switch. The fourth consideration is the price. Now, this thing costs significantly more than a normal LED flashlight, okay, and that's due to that LEP, laser excited phosphor module, which is still relatively pricey. It's still new technology, so yeah, compared to LED tech, it's going to cost a bit more. But if you really want that laser focused lightsaber style beam that just pierces through the night, there's really no compromise here. Overall, the Vastlite Minima Bow is a technical marvel. It's palm sized, fits in your coin pocket, yet capable of piercing through a city block or large open fields. Still can't believe something like this exists, but I'm really excited that it does. And I really like the rugged build as well. It makes it ideal for an EDC flashlight, for search, emergency search, spotting, or just simple keychain carry. And sure, look, it's terrible for close-up use, but if you're watching this video, then you're probably not looking for a floody kind of flashlight. And if you're looking for insane throw from a light pretty much the size of your thumb, I think the Minima Bow delivers unmatched performance amongst other pocket LEPs. I think it's perfect for an enthusiast, as a gift, and it's the type of light that you can just slip in your pocket and surprise your mates the next time you see them. If you're interested in getting the Vastlite Minima Bow, I've left a link in the description to the Flashlight Go website. They're the official distributor for Vastlite. If you have questions about this light as well, leave a comment down below and I will get back to you. And if you enjoyed the video, do me a big favor, click the like button, share this video with someone who might be interested. It just really helps me to get my channel out to more people. And if you want to see more flashlight reviews and keep up to date with the latest flashlight news, make sure you subscribe. Vastlite Minima Bow, and this is the low mode. And you can still see it's illuminating, and I'm able to spot some trees all the way out in the back. There's a sign or something there you can see. And this is a golf course, by the way. It's a closer up sort of sign. Now, let's pop this onto the high mode. That's incredible. You can just, the beam actually just looks like this in the night. The air here, the lightsaber. And it's great if you want to spot little objects and you want to see what's in those trees there. You can go have a look at that tree. All those hills, that little tree by itself there. Okay, you can see it already stepping down, but I can reactivate again. Oh look, got a bat here to the left. Sort of got away from me, but just incredible range and visibility. There's no spill, as you can see with these LEP flashlights, but look like you can even see a flag from the golf course right at the back. If you look, sort of squint close enough. Even on the lower mode, you can sort of see something back there. Alright, and I'll compare this with my SFT25R in my Convoy T6. So that's the Convoy T6. Now, as you can see, a ton of spill and a broad sort of hotspot. Alright, but you're not going to get that really sort of pinpoint spot beam and the throw. Okay, you can see how it's just a lot brighter. When I'm illuminating this tree in the center, it's a lot brighter with the LEP. And you can see both of those beams in the night. There's no spill whatsoever on the Vastlite Minima Bow. A ton of spill on the SFT25R, so it's just more of a little comparison to show you the difference. Show you how clean this beam looks. Absolutely no spill. It does step down quickly, and that's of course to protect the LED, the LEP module. It's a very small host. Vastlite Minima Bow, and that's on high down this dark path. You can see just it hitting all the way through to the back there underneath those trees. It's just a great spotting light to see what's up ahead. And that's your low mode. There's pretty much no spill, but that's not what it's for. It's for sort of long range fun. I don't know what else to call it, but it's just so cool, and you have to experience this. And the beam really does look like that in the night. I'll go for a bit of a walk. Vastlite Minima Bow, and here you can see I'm just on the edge of this lake, and you can spot some animals and a little couple of swans there to the left. It's great for spotting, and at the moment I'm pointing the light all the way to the other side now, and it's like a bunch of trees in the middle. Let's put it on the low mode. So that's the low mode. It's still pretty good if we're kind of closer up, but here's your high mode. Look at that. Getting some detail there, something that's reflecting light back, but you can see those trees quite well. Here you can see it's managing to get all the way to the back. There's some trees, there's some building out there as well. And you can see there on the back sort of road there's some signage and stuff that's reflecting light back. There's some birds. It's like having a mini searchlight in the palm of your hand.